Hello everyone and welcome to another storage video, I guess, another headstone video. So yeah, what we have here today is a Shulker Box Categorizer. So what this does is you set categories here, and this is based on a categorizer made by Metamilo, and also Maizuma Games did a bunch of stuff like these chassis that you read the signal strength and all that, right? So yeah, a lot of this stuff here, I use the credits go to Maizuma and Metamilo. But instead of inserting items, we insert shulker boxes, as you can see here. And we have this chassis here is the overflow, so any shulker box that you are not sorting, or that the first item is unstackable, it will come here. So yeah, the most important thing is the first item, and here's the input. You can input anything. You can input anything, but anything that's not a shulker box will not go through the system. It will get filtered out here and go through this chassis. So unstackables and items that stack to 16 to 64 doesn't matter. And if you put empty shulkers, they will get in this chest here. So yeah, the headstone, if you look at this, it might look very complicated, but most of the stuff here is just so we can have these lamp indicators. So for example, this lamp is just to indicate that there is items in this chest. This one is the same thing. And this one is to indicate when the system is running. So let's do a test here. I have here 3 shulker boxes of each, and some items that are not shulker boxes. So if we input this here, it will start. As you can see, the minecart go. And yeah, we will explain the headstone in separate models here. So yeah, the headstone looks a little bit weird here, but mostly it's just for the lights here and to control edge cases. So yeah, the edge cases I encountered is mostly related to what you input here. That's why we have to filter out stuff that's not shulker boxes. That's why we have this delay here in case you insert a shulker box and then a bunch of non-shulker box items and then another shulker box that could break. There is a little bit of a circuit here to detect when you get the first shulker box here to start the whole process. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff is just for edge cases. On this side here also we have, for example, all this here. This part here is just for the edge case of empty shulkers that we'll get to this chest. So yeah, the overcomplicated stuff headstone is just for edge cases, but the actual circuit is kind of simple. So here is a slice, as you can see, and I did the rails like this. You can see here the rails because it's a little bit faster. And by the way, it takes about 12 seconds for each shulker box the minecart filters here. And the bottlenecks, or if you want to make this faster, you need to make this rail line faster, the rail line where the minecart is going, or make it shorter, right? I try to make all curved rails, but because there is this dropper here, the minecart stops. So I did this, that's one curved rail, one powered rail. And the other bottleneck is when we return the shulkers here to be filtered. Yeah, this is the fastest I could do, but it's still quite slow in comparison to how the minecart comes back here. As you can see, I'm using a simple powered rail here. I'm not gonna use the curved rails here because I actually don't want the minecart to come here too fast, because then it resets the system before the shulkers can get to the last slices here. So yeah, also as you can see here, all the hoppers are locked while the slice is not being used. Whenever the slice gets selected, it unlocks these hoppers and these ones to get the item. And yeah, by the way, this is all messed up just to show that you don't really need it to fill all the slots, and doesn't really matter the order. The important thing is you need 55 items and 3 unstackables. But items that stack to 16 like snowball count as 4. So you have 50, 51 plus 4, 55. So this is what would look like a chest that has nothing been filtered yet. So whenever you, for example, if you wanna sort droppers here, you just put a dropper and remove one of these filter items. And here is a very simple, this is a simpler way to explain how this works. So basically what we need to do is to get a shulker, and we input that in a dispenser, and then we need to get one item out of the shulker, and then break the shulker, and we need to send it back to another dispenser so we can place that item back in. So what happens is we do a kick pulse to the dispenser, and 4 ticks later we power this piston with a slime, and as you can see, this is what happens. We get only one item here, and the shulker box got broken and went to this dispenser, and we want to dispense this shulker here. And whenever this comparator sees that there is an item here, we're gonna power this minecart that, by the way, you have an empty slot and then 4 unstackables. And then this minecart will go through here, get this item, and then with one item only here, it will go through all these filter chests here. And whenever it finds, it will get one item, but that immediately unlocks this hopper, and it places the item back here. That will be in a global reset here, will be sent back to the shulker before the next time the minecart goes through. And then this minecart will pass on top of this hopper here and leave this one item here that goes back to the shulker, having again the 64 pink deglazed terracotta that we had initially. And then we break this shulker and send to the hopper that got unlocked there in this water stream here. So that's basically how it works. And of course, after the minecart pass here and leave the item that goes back to the shulker, the minecart goes back to the beginning with nothing on the first slot. So yeah, that's basically it, like I said. And everything else that you see on Headstone is just making all this process that I just press the buttons automatic, and controlling these indicator lights that I think are important. So you see there is shulkers here that are not being filtered, and that there is you inputted items here that are not shulker boxes. So yeah, in general you want to only input shulker boxes here, because if you input items that are not shulkers, they are not gonna do anything, just gonna come to this chest. So in general you don't want to do that, but just in case you accidentally place something that's not a shulker, it's better to have this filter, or else it would break everything. And let's say, for example, you accidentally place a TNT here, it will go through the dispenser and explode everything here. And also I'm gonna explain the edge case for empty shulkers, because the way I showed before that it gets one item, breaks the shulker. Why does the hopper not get the shulker when we break it? Because the hopper just got one item and it has a delay to get another item inside the hopper. But if we input an empty shulker, as you will see, the hopper does get the shulker, which means this shulker will go inside the hopper here. So which means the hopper will input this shulker in here, but this shulker won't be able to get inside another shulker. And also we are not gonna have another shulker here, because we didn't break a shulker and got here. So that's why we have this here to control this empty shulker edge case. So what happens here is this is the hopper where the minecart goes through, and we have another hopper underneath that's locked. So whenever you input any item that's not a shulker box, so let's put, for example, this headstone dust, it goes through here and stand in this hopper where the shulker gets dispensed. But yeah, whenever the minecart passes in this detector rail, it will power this, breaking the box and also unpowering this dropper for a brief moment. So yeah, what happens is when this unpowers, this shulker will go to that hopper and get inside here, and then it gets powered whenever other shulkers come in, and eventually the empty shulkers come here. So yeah, I'm not gonna do a tutorial. I'm gonna leave a world download and you guys can just look here. Like I said, the headstone itself is not that much complicated, the concept at least, and everything here is just either to control the lights or to take care of these edge cases, like input items that are not shulkers. So yeah, of course this would go really well with a variable item sorter or a shulker splitter before, right, to sanitize your shulkers, I guess would be the word, right, to leave your shulkers either with only one type of item or with this, for example, would be a shulker that you are using on a build. You are building with oak, so you just have oak here. I use the petrified oak. Okay, yeah, so or shulkers full of one item that you got from a farm or from mining, whatever. So yeah, you usually you want to make sure that the shulkers you input here are in one category, right? Everything is one category. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I see you guys in the next video. Bye!